Yo, it's Sway.
Sway.
Sway. Sway.
Sway.
Sway.
Sway.
In the morning.
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 Only on Shade 45.
Wake your fuck ass up.
Yeah. Bitches.
Tracy G, you wanted to ask Common a question.
Yes, Common, I need you to weigh in on a debate that's been big on the East Streets of Twitter. Okay. And it all started because now Spin, they did a review of Chief Keef's debut. And in it, they praised it tremendously. And they called it one of the biggest debuts of the year, as well as overall one of the best rap albums. So a lot of like bloggers and journalists, it got this debate going with like, what's the credibility behind actually being able to review a hip hop album? Because, you know, Chief Keef is very, very polarizing right now. And a lot of people don't think that he has any intricacy to his rhyme skills or whatever. So people are like, okay, should hipsters that have only been introduced to hip hop through the mainstream be able to review a hip hop album? Because Solange, she was saying, no, if you didn't grow up on hip hop, then you shouldn't be able to do it. So you got prerequisites?
Well, I mean, I think to me, it's like if you didn't grow up on it, it is tough for you to have a real, true, like foundation to be like, okay, this is to certify like your word and be like, man, I'm a critic of this type of music. You need to know where it comes from. You need to know the ins and outs of it. So I mean, I do think it's something valid about if you're gonna be a critic, knowing the history of the art and the history of the music. But not, you know, if somebody earned their job and that's what the position they got, it's up to us at that point to be like, well, this critic is wrong. Because at the end of the day, it's just one person telling their perspective. Unfortunately, obviously, I used to read the source, and as soon as I saw 5 mics, obviously it's like, damn, I'm going to get that.
Right.
But now, you know, at a certain point, you know, okay, I could read a review, and it may have a little bit of influence, but I'm going to go see what it is for myself. So I mean, you know, these critics got an opportunity, but I'm saying to the critics, learn what you really review and learn the music or the art form that you really are writing about. And I feel that way about MCs too. Like, meaning the MC, like if you coming into hip hop, that's one thing I think about some of the younger dudes like J. Cole, Big Sean. They really, like Big Sean mentioned a song to me that off an album I did. I'm like, dude, you had to be like 3 years old when that was made, you know. So the fact that you even go back and listen to hip hop, it's like for me when I got into acting, I started going back looking at On the Waterfront some movies like Citizen Kane that I was like, man, this is boring to me. But I needed to know why it was regarded as a classic. So I feel like writers should know, okay, they need to know Illmatic, they need to know Criminal Minded, they need to know Straight Outta Compton, you know, and even pre that.
It's Sway in the morning. Only on Shade 45.